Hey, everybody, and welcome to the last AJS news show of this year.
2019.
Yeah, it's the first year.
All right. Sponsors. Let's do one of our own. Let's do our posters.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa, that's a lot of cool posters.
Guys, start off the year right with 2020 with one of our AJSA community posters, or hell, get a poster that you like anywhere on the site. Click this guy. Click the link below. Use our promotional codes. Get yourself some % off. They're worth it. Trust me, they're awesome. Way better than flappy posters. They're steel. Use magnetics. Don't ruin your wall. It's great. All right, guys. So check that out. Let's get to the news. First, I did get something sent to me by Divinity.
It's a Christmas present.
A little late Christmas. Look at how soft feeling that is.
Pretty soft.
Divinity Original Sin 2. Guys at Larian Studios got us this. It says, thank you for being part of the Divinity Original 2 Sin's journey from Kickstarter to the peaks of every platform. And that's because, you know, when Divinity first came out, I think even the original, we supported the hell out of it. There's big fans. That's how we got to know Larian, and it's been a success story ever since, and we're happy that they got success. So there's 3 little copies of Nintendo Switch versions of Divinity Original Sin 2. Joe, you have a Switch.
Give me one.
Alex, you have a Switch. And I got a Switch. So thank you to Larian Studios for sending us this little care package. Appreciate that.
That's very nice.
If other companies would like to send us care packages, we will be accepting all care packages.
Nice.
Even though I don't have a P.O. box anymore.
Yeah, we like stuff. All right, well, the first one is good news. We actually got some good news. The Witcher 3 is at its peak of popularity right now, based on the TV series that we all loved.
Yep.
It's had 95,000 concurrent users. It's more than it's ever had before.
Yep.
Huge sales. I mean, things are looking good for them, so we're
Happy
happy for
for
them.
We did our review, and Joe, guess what? The showrunner watched our review. I'm going to put the tweet up here. You know, I linked it, and I added her, and I guess she watched it and said, oh, not Angry Joe, Happy Joe.
Yeah.
So, hey, I love it when people, you know, execute something, and they deserve praise for executing something and doing it well. And, you know, criticism. It shows that she's cool enough to, you know, even though, you know, we butted heads or we talk shit, and, you know, there's a few criticisms we have of the actual show, that she's open to it with constructive criticism, not
don't scream at people.
but anyway, so very nice of her, and I'm happy that, and her tweet was basically, and then I did another one where not only the video games are excelling and rising on the charts, the actual books are rising. I think it's number 5, reached number 5.
But on overall bestsellers on Amazon, it's 48th. But if you look up under fantasy and science fiction books, it's number 1, 2, 4, 5, and 10.
So that was
Voice is taking over, son.
That was the thing, and then I did that, you know, nodding, you know, that happy, that old. I
like the kid with a computer.
The kid with a computer. Oh, I should have done that one.
Yeah,
Shoot,
that's a good one.
I did the normal wilderness guy head nod, but
Yeah.
so just great news, great time to be a Witcher fan and expanding the lore, and fantastic.
Yeah, because it affected me too. Because I honestly started playing it again.
Yeah,
you're one of the
right.
you're one of the
Expanding
people.
the fan.
I was
I
like,
just
man,
don't
I
have
wanna go
time
back.
to. I
It's like,
want to go back, but you know, it's time to soon here start our top 10 lists. Maybe play some of the bad games we missed real quick so that we can get a little. I know it's time to work, Joe.
Yeah,
Getting back to work here after.
All right. Well, in addition to the books being popular, Andrzej Sapkowski, the author, actually came to terms with CDProjekt Red. They had a rocky last decade, right? So they bought the rights from him. He didn't want a percentage. He wanted a lump sum, and then it blew up, and then he's like, hey, give me that percentage.
There was a point where he like hated on the video
Well, he does not like video games, and like he has a lot of like real nasty quotes where it's like a story can only be contained in a book. Video games aren't any good. I think he's learned because money is nice, and so I think what he's done is they've come to terms. They've got the rights to merchandise. They've got the rights to video games, graphic novels, board games, and merchandise. So we may see all of those things from CD Projekt Red in the next couple of years. So
he's learned, and he's one of the good guys now. I think I even saw he's making fun of Game of Thrones, or he was like, "I'm going to ensure that once the Game of Thrones season ran out." He said something about Ed Sheeran singing.
Will not be in. I will make sure Ed Sheeran was not singing.
Will not sing in the series and stuff like that. So I think he's softened over time and actually just opened his eyes, because some of his previous comments were a little ignorant.
What? How much money?
Well, he just didn't know.
Yeah.
If you're not experienced with video games, you may think, and he's mentioned, I just don't think killing Martians is telling a good story. It's like, well, yeah, you're right. If it's just killing Martians, it's not. But video games could be a great way to tell a story, and he's probably learned that in 10 years. So hopefully so. Well, for our recurring segment, Fallout.
Wait! Are we doing another Fallout segment?
Fallout.
Okay, this is the last time that I'll be able to put up a logo for Fallout.
No, it won't.
Guys, we have another story in our Fallout. Show the logo. Okay, so that'll probably be like, I did it right at the end. Probably be the only time I get to use it. So
no, it's not.
No?
No.
You think something else will happen?
Yeah,
for sure.
Next week, something else will be broken.
Okay.
All right. So
what is the Fallout this week, sir?
Okay, so we know that last week, first hackers were threatening to release a hack that allowed you just to steal everyone's stuff. Yeah. They threatened for a couple days. People figured out how to do it. They told Bethesda, please don't let them do it. And then they did it. And then so it came live. The servers were only up for about 20, 24 hours. And then thousands of people lost all of their stuff. Oh, I mean, all of it. Stuff they paid cash for, non-tradable stuff. And it was really bad. Like, there's hundreds of videos on YouTube of people using the hack. There are people, like, stealing from children. It's real bad. So Bethesda knew about it. They patched this week. And so they put out a message saying, look, we know a few of you had got some stuff stolen. We're going to try to make it right. Well, the words that they use, specifically the word few, really pissed people off, both on the Bethesda boards and on Reddit, because it was thousands of people. And we know that because we have one video of 532 people getting their stuff stolen. That's just one person in an afternoon just decided to be
who's cocky enough to put a video online.
Yeah.
Most times when you do that shit, you don't fucking film video evidence of you doing it.
So people were really upset because their stuff is being sold on eBay right now. And some of it's going for $100. There's stuff like $5, $10, $50, $100 guns that are being sold right now. And the issue is we don't know how
people buy that.
Oh, I have no idea. But we don't know if Bethesda's going to just say all of the items that were stolen go back to their owners. So if you buy something from another player, how is Bethesda?
How the hell are they going to do that? Get them back their stuff.
Well, because the last time they had stuff stolen, they couldn't figure it out. So what they did is they gave you a chest. Remember the scrap boxes were eating all of your stuff? Mm-hmm. So they just gave you a new box filled with stuff. It wasn't stuff that you lost. It was just filled with stuff. But these are legendary items. Like, is Bethesda just going to say, well, we'll give you some atoms, go buy some stuff? And if that's the case, I think people are going to be really, really upset.
Yeah.
So they also had their end of the year, a look back at Fallout 76 in 2019, where they're like, it was a little bit bumpy, but there's some good things coming. And
wait, that's not what they said.
Fallout 76 2019 has been a disaster.
Yeah.
And so was obviously the initial launch.
Come on.
Disaster. I try to rosy that over.
We had some rocky times this year, is what they said. Just some rocky, just a little bit.
Their building is falling apart. They have like glue. It's like, oh, it's fine.
It's fine.
Together.
Yeah, everything is on fire and things are bad.
The dog. This is fine.
Yeah, I think the griefers and the hackers are just getting to the point where there's as many of them playing as actual people, and they're making it miserable for other ones. There's videos of a guy, he steals some guy's all of his items, and then he puts it in a vending machine and says, if you want your stuff, you're going to have to buy all of its stuff back, and just marks everything up to like ridiculous amounts. And, he's getting to the point where I don't play, but I wouldn't play.
Right. I'm wondering if that wipe is looking more and more
for
an attractive option for when they bring in the real NPCs.
Yeah.
I know hackers have brought in NPCs, but I'm talking about real NPCs as the expansion from the Wastelanders thing. But I know that would piss a lot of people off, so you'd lose all your stuff for it to just start all over again. Because I guarantee you, if they wipe everybody, say, we'll start fresh, We'll make sure there ain't got no bugs and there's no hackers and people fucking your stuff up.
There's
So they
always-
wipe everything, and you have to accept that, and then it just starts the cycle again.
Yeah, because every new thing they do, it's a new bug.
It breaks
It's like,
7
we
other
brought
things.
this out. There's a bug. Here's another bug.
You know what? I'm looking forward to 2020's Wasteland.
Good
Yeah,
luck.
it's gonna be
Because I
great.
just realized we will have more Fallout.
So they in this patch they didn't even fix the entirety of the bugs. So you can't steal other people's stuff anymore, but you can still give people stuff. So if you want to have like a Twink
Should be
account or
able
something
to
like,
give people
well, no, non-transferable things. So you can just open up their inventory and hand them a bunch of things. So we haven't figured out how they're going to break that yet, but they will
Soon.
And
will.
so I imagine next week in our segment we will talk more about what they screwed up, because every week they just mess something up.
No, I don't want a weekly segment.
Well,
But
tell them to stop.
enough.
Yeah. I don't want a weekly segment either, because I have to go through the forums, and the forums are terrible.
Okay.
You trooper.
That's
man.
it?
No, we got a couple other ones. The UK charity, there was a UK charity, the Royal Society for the Protection of Health, released a report calling for the ban of loot boxes. So it's just another organization. Apparently, this one has a little bit of pull to say that loot boxes have to go. Now, the only reason this is a little important, it's at the end of the year. This is the time where people are scheduling what they're going to vote on, and it comes right after the Department for Digital Media, Culture, and Sport released their report, which we covered in depth, saying that these young people, it's gambling. The loot boxes are gambling. They're all taking part of it. They feel bad about it, and so this charity did a study of over 1,000 young people, which honestly is a very small sample size, but their results were pretty conclusive for that sample size, that most of these young people just say that this is absolutely gambling and it's impacting my life in a negative manner.
Good.
So
Yeah.
Good.
we'll see if that.
I'm glad any stories on that. Let us know, Alex, because any movement we can have. 2019 was the year, I think, of a little bit of a backlash against loot boxes and trying to get some movement against them, and then companies starting to realize that maybe we should start to back off a little bit and try other methods like battle passes and things that are a little less aggressive. And I hope that in 2020 that trend continues of getting rid of the aggressive loot boxes.
And and the randomness and everything that comes along with it. Well, the last thing I want to talk about this week are rumors. CES is coming up, and Sony's got some things to show, and they put something up on their website, just a big thing that says the future is coming. And so the last
I
time
don't expect them to announce and show a bunch of stuff at CES. You would think they would save it for one of their own.
Yeah,
Or
so
maybe E3.
there's not something scheduled for a really long time, so E3 comes all the way out in June. So
Oh,
I don't
yeah.
know if they want to announce it that late. They
Right.
could. The only reason that people are speculating now is because when they announced the PS4, they did it with the tagline, see the future. And so they're like, look, this is pretty
Kind of the
reminiscent
same
of the
tagline.
same thing. It's about the right time of year that they would expect them to announce it, because they're a
Okay.
little late to the party. Like Xbox has already announced Xbox
Right.
Series,
That's
Triple
true.
X, Return of
Triple X.
Xander Cage edition, whatever.
Great
So-
Xbox. So
Yeah.
when is CES? Then?
Next week, so we could
Get the
get it.
fuck! It ain't gonna be no next week.
You don't
that
think
they
so?
Do a big reveal. I'll be
future's
surprised.
now.
I'll be
Yeah.
happy.
I would be too.
Yeah,
It
I
will
love
be
it.
the neck pillow.
You don't think so?
No.
It's got it's a
It's
drink
not the
holder.
leg pillow. No,
There's a drink holder. If it's right, if you put a drink inside.
no, guys. That is the development version.
It's got liquid
Okay.
cooling. You just put a
We'll
Slurpee
find
in there.
out next week, possibly.
Yeah, maybe. We'll see. We'll see what ends up happening. But
I'm
that's those.
excited for next week, but I don't
Yeah.
think it's gonna be.
Yeah.
I say no. Y'all say yes.
Yeah, I'd like to see it. I want to see what they've got,
Same.
because I think competition between them is good, but I think Sony still has a huge leg up. So
Yeah.
maybe they can wait. They can
But
afford
you're
to wait.
right. Since they already revealed the Xbox Series X, they might feel a little pressured. Okay, let's do something.
Yeah, with nothing else coming.
Cool.
Well, that's all the big things we have this week. Things were slow at the end of the year. People on vacation. So.
Okay, 2019 is officially over. Long live 2020. Looking forward to what we got there. So
Happy New Year, guys.
Happy New
Yeah,
Year.
be safe.
Going into our 11th year and Angry Joe Show 11.0. We'll have a year-end meeting over here amongst the Angry Joe Show. We'll talk about the future and maybe new series. It seems like you guys really like our new series, so definitely going to continue that into 2020 and just leave your feedback, and thank you guys so much. It's gonna be a little scary at the beginning of the year, the transition from to go fully independent, but hopefully liberating. I don't know how it's going to affect our, our show, but hopefully positively, and we'll be on top of that and share news with you when that happens. Because as you know, we're being dropped by Maker or Disney Digital Network or whatever it's called now. We're going independent the way it should be. Angry Joe Show, supported by you guys. Thank you guys so much for an amazing 2019, and here is to an awesome 2020. All right, guys, stay tuned. Those top 10 lists are coming in maybe a week, and a little more than that. We'll see, because I do kind of want to see if we can squeeze in some more of those bad games. So keep an eye on our Twitch as we go forward. All right, guys, thank you so much. See you on the next Angry Joe Show. Bye, guys.